Here we are in the quaking aspens again in my home territory. It is a beautiful day today because it's raining. It'll be a good time to test some tools. I'm digging it. What I'm going to show you here is I found a downed log, and we're going to talk a little bit about axes while Allie sniffs around seeing if she can chase something. She's actually quite well behaved and doesn't chase things. What I'm going to be talking about is an axe. And some of y'all may think that I'm anti-axe. I'm actually not. What I am is very pro woods tool. That woods tool, generally speaking, in my backpacking method, is going to be a large combat knife paired with a Sawvivor backpacking saw. I think they're very effective. Actually, probably the best set of tools that I've found. However, sometimes your system can take a large axe, like this very excellent splitting axe by Gerber. And it is excellent. As far as axes go, it's plastic handled. It's got a nice chisel, wedge-shaped head to it. We're going to work this log over here in a second. There's a lot to be said for axes. They are very effective at splitting wood. They're very effective at cutting wood, but they do have some disadvantages. Even a well-made, lightweight, larger axe like this one. A little bit of rain coming down, just the way we like it. The disadvantages are first weight. This thing weighs about 4 pounds, and we can get a survival knife and a Sawvivor for less weight than this if we're backpacking. Now, if you're car camping, maybe you're at your cabin or home, less of a factor. But weight generally is a disadvantage of a full-size axe like this. Even the smaller ones tend to be a little bit heavy. You can get some cold steel ones weigh around 20 ounces though. I might test those too sometime. Also, a disadvantage is they do take a certain amount of skill to wield, i.e. use effectively. An axe is not something that you can just pick up. Most people can't just pick up and use. I'm not the most skilled axe user in the world, that's for sure, but I'll demonstrate it a little bit. And it also takes a lot of energy. Very much like cutting a log with a survival knife, an axe is a high energy tool. And what you find, dog? Sorry, dog keeps interrupting. What you find? It is a high energy tool, the axe is. However, it can be effective as a woods tool. Let's go ahead and demonstrate it. Again, this is the Fiskars made, or I guess it's a collaboration between Gerber and Fiskars. This is their long handled splitting axe. It's a pretty good axe. Nice carry case too. It's designed to be disposable, have the note on it, but I find if you take care of it, it's quite reusable. Very affordable too, around $45 for this. That's pretty cheap. Alright, look out, dogness. Now, safety when you're using an axe is paramount. You can easily cut yourself. And again, another disadvantage of an axe. Not that you don't have dangers with a survival knife, you do. But with an axe, it's a little more pronounced, I think, because you're swinging a very large piece of metal that can easily sever a part of your foot, some toes, or whatnot. Let's see how it does on this tree. I may not go all the way through it. We'll take a couple swings. We'll see. Look out, dog. Not really on level terrain here. Go on. Get out of here. Ouchie. Allie, go on. Ouchie. Like I said, it is very high energy to use an axe. You don't save calories doing it at all. I'm notching it as I go. Now, some people will say, well, dude, compared against your Sawvivor, the axe is just as many calories. I disagree. I think it's more. And it's also more dangerous. But as you can see, you can make quick work of a log. And I've had some strikes that I haven't been too accurate on. This downward slope I'm on is really a disadvantage because I don't really have a great footing to attack the log with. Make sure my battery hasn't died. It was on its last legs. All right, there you have it. It is a lot of work using an axe. Don't think for a minute you're gonna solve all your woods crafting problems with an axe, because one, it's heavy. If you're in a survival situation, you're gonna have to carry these 4 pounds with you at all times. What's the likelihood of that? Whew, sorry, I had to hike up here too. So always, to get where I'm going, takes me work. The chance of you having a large axe like this are slim to none when you really need it. You're just not going to carry it. I think Alaska bush pilots are required to carry one, but generally speaking, most folks do not. If they have an axe at all, it's going to be a small axe. And again, I believe this Gerber long-handled splitting axe is one of the best. You're not going to find lighter than this, at least as far as I know, and around just under 4 pounds. It's a lot of axe for the weight. But again, as a backpacking system goes, or a survival system that you might have with you at all times, I think it's going to be really hard to beat a large survival knife and the Sawvivor saw, both for safety and efficiency in use. Nutnfancy, we may do some splitting with this later. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Hey, one more note before I end the video. Check this out. This is the the Gerber Splitting Axe I told you about, and you saw me demoing. Very good axe, very sharp. I love the shape of the head. You can see it better now that we're in controlled conditions. Nice head, but it is Gerber's mystery steel. Gerber never tells us publicly what steel they use, and so check this out. This is just from that one chopping exercise. That pretty much sucks. Look at the edge on that. Is that like horrible or what? I say it is. From one tree. Now granted, I went through the tree on a couple swings and hit the dirt, but still that's a lot of edge damage, if you ask me, for just chopping one tree. And that was just going through one pass. I'm not super panicked about it. I'll touch it up either myself with a file or go to Fitz and shop and have it completely reprofiled. But I had to show you that the Gerber steel, it's supposedly a forged head on this polyamide, this fiberglass polyamide handle, I think is what they call it. But the steel, I'm kind of disappointed that it would, the edge would get jacked up like that. Anyways, I'll fix it, but you got to know everything there is to know about this axe, and I'm sharing it with you now. Nutnfancy. We'll see you later.